Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. Scale's a little dirty. Let's give that a brush off. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, Merlin. Hello, Will Poker. Catalina. Bun Buns. Hi, everybody. Hi, Nan Reader. Yeah, we got a lot of people in chat to start the stream tonight. Happy to see everyone here. So tonight's all about taters. We're doing two types of dumplings tonight. Two different entirely doughs. Although relatively similar at the same time. Gonna be doing one dough with Yukon or golden potatoes and another one with sweet potato. And I'm doing sweet potato because I'm doing it for dessert. And I just sort of was like, why do I want to use regular potato when I can use sweet potato? And so the regular potatoes we're going to make savory. The yellow or Yukon potatoes we're going to make savory. Going to stuff them with a little Italian sausage. Maybe some sauerkraut, maybe. And then I'm also gonna caramelize some onions and cook some the last of the bacon that I cut up the other day up. And we'll use that sort of half as a topping, half as a filling. You'll see. So that's the savory side. Then the sweet side, we have pluots, which I very much like pluots. Pluots are very yummy. Cross between plums and apricots. Typically a little bit more towards the plum side. Typically, like the original pluot was a hybrid of a plum and an apricot, and then it was breeded again with the plum, so it's a double plum originally. But they're yummy, so we're going to use those, and we're going to wrap those in sweet potato. I sort of put sweet potatoes in that sort of weird category with pumpkin, squash, and is it quince? I'm trying to think of the fruit that they preserve. I'm horrible with words, folks. Hence the scramble, hence the... We're gonna need lots of boiling water later, so that's getting set up for much later. Well, I like sweet potato. It's one of those things that I wish that I used more of. But it also sort of fits into the sort of odd, like, autumn, fall, like, it belongs in pumpkin spice time. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh. There you go. Got enough left in here? You got anything left in there? Sometimes those swirls go for quite a while. Cheers, folks. Thanks for joining in. Come on, let's go, camera. You're supposed to be following me. Why are you not following me? Follow me, camera. My OBS bot's been worrying me a little bit lately, which is the part to my camera that actually moves the camera around. Because it's just constantly charging now. Hope the batteries aren't dead in the thing already. Alright, down to 8 minutes in our first battle. Alright, so we gotta get a bunch of stuff boiling here. And we're gonna start by peeling up this bad boy and chopping him up, getting him boiling. I actually have a restaurant concept I built around that poem. Yeah, it's not going to happen though. It's more likely to happen these days than some other restaurant concepts I've had over the times, though. I got all sorts of ideas. This is a matter of whether they'll actually... A lot of them, it's a matter of finding the right place for them. Well, I'm getting more and more confused about that myself. Now we got a whole bunch of people calling what I would have called sweet potatoes yams. What I was taught way back in the day was that essentially everything Americans were calling yams were just different breeds of sweet potatoes, and they were just calling them yams to sound different, which might actually be the case. My understanding is that yams are a African starchy tubular product, you know, not too different from this, other than the fact that it is white and speckled. Now we have Japanese sweet potatoes, and I'm hearing more and more people call the yellow variety or orangey, squashy colored ones yams. I'm not going to be able to be the word police anyways. Witches and britches. Okay, who in chat's been to a medieval times? Hey Ozzy, welcome in. So, not going to need a ton of water to get that covered. This is here a bit premature. I am going to need that though. Who here in chat thinks I should stream on Tuesdays instead of Mondays? Yeah, Ozzy. That's what I was thinking, because I think Ozzy has softball on Mondays. And Bun Buns is changing jobs, so it doesn't matter. Sure, Bun Buns. I may not get it until... Merlin, if I had people to eat the food, I probably would. Nah, FDA is actually pretty useless. They set all the standards, but they don't have much in the regulatory. They don't. It's hard for them to actually, them or the USDA to actually even enforce rules. Not big on vocals. Not big on singing. Just in general. Which works out nicely with industrial music or instrumental music. Critics too. We've passed 300 on Wiggles, Ozzy. Ah, so it's shower karaoke. Need more red onion. Gonna have to sub in some other onion, I think, here. I threw one out because it got a little moldy on me, apparently. Which actually has been... like, that's seriously a problem with the onions for me. Not just... like... I'm not saying my kitchen's full of mold. It just seems to be like a thing around here, like the supermarkets, all the onions are always... I always have to be, like, picking when it comes to onions. Go to war. To war. Sorry to hear that, Merlin. That's a royal bummer. That's yeah. Victory. We won the battle, though. Dragon helping out with the assist. Bun Buns and Colorful Peanut Patrol getting the rewards. I'm gonna go down here. There we go. Let's see what we get here. What do we got for quests? What do we got going on here otherwise? No goodies from that. Store, I gotta get my daily free cupcakes. Let's take a look at the... I'm gonna leave the rest, actually. That's awesome, Bun Buns. I want to get rid of this dry core on this. Yep. Well, I had canceled last night a little ahead of time. I had sort of hinted at the fact that I was sort of thinking that I was going to go that way. And so, doing tonight instead. We're doing Bun Bun's Polish and Hungarian theme this week. So, We're doing dumplings of all sorts tonight. Did goulash on Sunday. So I think we're waiting on potatoes to cook. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Merlin. Nice. But that was an excerpt from the overall stream anniversary. What the heck did I do with that? It's not here. It's not there. It's not in the sink dirty. Where'd it go? Because it's dirty and I'm staring at it and still not realizing it's here. Awesome. I did trash the VOD in the stream anniversary. Really? I never knew anyone watched them. They give us such horrible metrics for being able to tell that, to be honest. Like, when I first started here on Twitch, it seemed like they were giving you view counts on your VODs that your VODs got. Now it seems like they, at some point since I got here in the last 2 years, they've decided to roll in stream view count in with the VOD view count, so it makes it so you can't tell what your VOD view count is. So that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. home-cured bacon. Already all sliced up. I'm just gonna cut it up even smaller. Give the potatoes just a couple more minutes here. It is bun buns. I thought both of those were fun words. Now for the savory ones, which is the other ones, they use, I read a number of recipes, and number of recipes about 50-50. Like, some of them use raw grated potato with cooked mashed potato to make the dough, which I assume is because they want more of the raw starches in the actual dough. I just feel like that's a ton of extra work, and so I'm going to cheat. And so I'm gonna make mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna mix them with instant potato instead of raw grated potato. And that should probably dry things out a little bit more, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. Yep, and that's gonna be the sweet potato ones. These are traditionally plum dumplings, but I'm going to be using pluots. And in both cases, they're boiled dumplings. However, for the savory ones, I'm going to boil them. I'm going to then take them out, put them in cast iron pan, coat them with some chicken stock, caramelized onions, and cooked bacon, and put them under the broiler and try and get some nice little browning going on, or at least drying out that stock so that it soaks in. So cooked sweet potatoes. And yes, I'm swapping pans. And I'm going to mash both of these quickly while they're still nice and warm. But the rest can wait until they're a bit cooler. If you have a potato ricer, or not a ricer, but a food mill, there's a great project for a food mill. I have one that doesn't work very well though, so we're not going to use that tonight. I'm not worried about the slight bit of sweet potato that's going to get in there. It's going to be such a small amount that it won't affect things. We'll let that cool down off the stove. Same for the other one. Well, when it's not on heat. And while that's doing that, all the bacon. Trying to flatten it out into somewhat of a single layer. Why you no sizzle bacon? You've been there long enough. Sorry, I brushed up against the mic there. Yeah, it would help if those things actually moved over here, wouldn't it? What first? What next? I think I'm gonna make the two doughs here next. Have we had any delayed chat commands tonight, folks? I haven't been paying too much attention. I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to fix that. Small pinch of salt. Whatever I can get out of my sugar thingy, if anything. It's the last of the box. It was sort of intermittent before, so if anyone notices that, please point it out to me so that I can sort of take a look around and see what's going on. Because there's not a whole lot that I can go off of to make sure. I want to mix it with this and then that, or let's just put it all in here. I hear you, bacon. Two minutes on Stream Raiders. 2 minutes. Want to use the minimum amount of flour as I can here. I just want enough that it comes together. I think I'm going to need another 1/4 cup in there. That still seems too wet to me. Let's see, what am I missing anything here? Other than maybe a pinch of cinnamon, which I'm gonna skip because we got the sweet potato action already. Now, I'm only at a 1/2 cup of flour here. And the recipe's calling for up to a cup, so we're still doing fine, but more than I wanted. More than I thought would be needed. And still way too wet. Gonna have to use that full cup. Need to stir the bacon though. Bacon. Yeah, that's still too wet. We're going for a full cup and we'll see if we need even more than the recipe says. It's still too wet for my liking. One more 1/4 cup. And then we'll let it rest. Hey, Celadon. Welcome, welcome. Now we're getting there. Now it's starting to pull away. A little bit more. All right, I'm gonna let that set for a little bit. Let's make our... Oh, let's do our battle first. Go to war. War. Victory. Victory. Tina getting them kills. Catalina helping out with the assists. Tina just carrying us all. Catalina getting 200 gold. Div Wilson getting 50. Welcome in. Happy to see all of you in chat today. Lots of happy returning faces tonight. I'm putting my warrior right here. We'll leave it there. Let's quick check our quests first. See if we need goodies first, but... Ooh, we did. Cupcakes. Sprinkles, cupcakes, donut balls, dough balls. How many different sweet things can we collect? All right, we got crispy bacon going on here. We need some onions with our crispy bacon. Bacon. What am I going to do with the dry ice? What did I do with my mixing fork? Get it all dirty is what I did. You send me dry ice, I'm gonna make ice cream. What's your substitute sugar? My initial response is most likely yes. Usually the problems with substitute sugars come when you want to brown them or you want to caramelize them. I am completely unfamiliar with Swerve. Precise measuring here, folks. Nice. Now, what type of Milky Way? Because it matters where you are, what Milky Way is. From what my understanding, a European Mars bar is actually a... Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm thinking that a European Mars bar is a US Milky Way. Something like that. Yeah. Now this is for my savory ones, so we'll do a little bit heavier on that salt with all these taters in there to season. MSG. Black pepper. Garlic powder. We'll add all this loveliness in with our taters. Interesting. I've been tending towards lighter desserts lately myself. I love me some chocolate. It's just the chocolate thing's been too heavy for me lately. Just don't enjoy them the way I used to. I used to be all about the, give me sugar and chocolate on top of sugar and chocolate and more sugar and chocolate with that. Wow. Yeah, Hershey's is some weird animal now. That it used to be that Hershey's was the real deal, like in the U.S., like World War II times. Like they were the only ones that still did it from sugar. I think that's going to get a little bit more flour in that. Don't want these to be like super dough. Like I want them to be potatoey still. I don't want to add a ton of flour into these. I'm having to. That's not true. I like Guittard. I like, it's overpriced, but I like Ghirardelli. The US has got a lot more chocolate than just Hershey's. Hershey's isn't even really all that special here in the US either. It's just that candy bar that's always been there. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that delayed their bun buns. Tony's Chocolonely is the name that's really making, is a brand that's really making a name for itself recently. They're opening up to do stuff for all sorts of other people now. They're sounding like they're the name as far as, not just good quality chocolate, but properly sourced and paying the people type product, where the people that are actually raising the coca are getting benefits from it. It's still a bit stickier than I want it to be, but I think I can still dumpling those up with a little bit of glove action. But that's not a US brand as far as I know. I don't think they're a US brand, actually. They might actually be like Belgian or something. No, don't waste money on that, Catalina. I can get Vegemite at my local Safeway. Vegemite's available everywhere. The only reason I don't have it in my kitchen is I still have that jar of Marmite that I haven't gone through. And I'm never going to go through the jar of Marmite if I get Vegemite. That'd be fun. Missing the Dorito action in Australia, are we? Are you kidding me, Automod? Are you kidding me, Automod? Mofo is just too controversial for Twitch chat. No, it's just really strict in some of the words that it chooses to single out at times. It's really sort of silly, some of the stuff that it doesn't allow. And unless I'm missing a setting somewhere, I'm pretty sure I have, like this is, you know, Twitch doesn't let you turn it off, like, mod. I think I've got just about everything as far as that off, because this is an adult channel. I've got it as a plus 18 channel a majority of the time. Let's see, is this... It's acting a bit more dough-like. Still very wet, though. Let's see if we can live with that. Okay, what do we got left that we need to get done here for this? These need to be caramelized and all cooked before we can do our savory dumplings. And I need to cook some meat too. So... actually gonna put this on the left side. start heating that pan up over there so that I can put some of this action here and there. Precisely measured half pound. That's interesting, Keldon. I haven't tried extracting oils from citrus. And that said, I have a Meyer lemon tree, but I don't really... It's a small dwarf little tree. I haven't gotten a ton of fruit out of it. So we got hot pan, and we got some pork sausage here. Italian sausage. I was going to buy just plain pork, but apparently they didn't have any plain pork just left over, so we're doing Italian sausage. Oh yeah, Stray is all the rage. All the streamers have to play Stray now. To me, it just sounds like a... Like... On one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, it just, like... You're just feeding yourself into feeling sorry. Because, like, I mean, the whole story is about a cat that's a stray cat that's been abandoned from its family. You're signing up to be sad. And you're only going to be happy if you win. Which does not sound like a... If you get what I mean? It's sort of like... Why did I get all this out just to cut that in half? I wasn't even dramatic about it. Thank you for the follow. Getting closer to 1,000 every day. Seemed to stall there for like 6 months. Awesome, Ray Ray. Yep, Bun Bun's redeemed a weekly theme with her massive amounts of channel points. And so I'm doing Hungarian and Polish food all this week, except for sort of tomorrow. I'm going to try and work it in tomorrow's recipes, but tomorrow's ingredient challenge. So we did goulash on Sunday. We're doing both savory and sweet potato dumplings tonight. They're gonna be boiled, and don't really have plans for sure for last evening on Friday, but more Polish or Hungarian type foods. Probably Hungarian more. We're doing more Polish tonight. So over here on the stove where all the action's right now. We got our sausage searing and our onions and bacon still cooking over in there on the other side. I know Italian sausage is not the standard filling we'd be using here, but ground pork, ground beef, I've heard recipes of beef where you cook the beef, larger cuts of beef, and grind it after cooking it for this dish. I have not tried that before. No Papa John's here. It is an ingredient challenge possibility here one day, though. Oh, come on, Discord, show it for me. There we go. So this week we have zucchini. But if you want to make your own suggestions, you're welcome to add them here. And one of those is yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole pickled pig's feet. I did look and see that I can get them from Amazon, so I think I can get them in time for a stream. Two minutes on Stream Raiders. 2 minutes. There used to be a radio commercial about, you know how back in the day they did like a salute to different people. Bud Light did salutes to all different people in their ads. One of them was a salute. It was a radio ad. It was a salute to Mr. Pig's Feet guy. You know, the guy that came into the bar and ate the. Was not scared away by them. And it was actually the name that I used as my handle when I was playing Half-Life back in the day. Back before everyone made money playing Half-Life. Before people made millions of dollars playing CS. It's amazing to me. Here's to you, yeah. Cheers, folks. But yeah, those commercials, Ray. But yeah, that was my handle in Counter-Strike in 1.4 days. Maybe early 1.6 days. Or were those the versions? I get the versions messed up all the time. But right about when right about when Counter-Strike became like an official part of Half-Life, like they absorbed it, was about when I quit playing Counter-Strike. To war. Let us go to battle. I am certainly not the FPS nut that I used to be when I was a kid. That died out with... Actually died out with Half-Life. Like, Half-Life 2 is like the last like FPS that I like. Other than Tribes Ascend, but I don't really... That's entirely different thing in my mind. Multiverse game. What happened here? We had a massive army. We lost this? No bueno. I thought we had that. We had quite the army there. That's sort of upsetting. I'm gonna do it the same way again, though. I'm not gonna learn from my mistakes. We'll see what we get in 30 minutes. Yeah, Merlin, I've given some of them a try since then. I realized that I don't have the young eyes. In fact, I have surgically corrected eyes. So I gave Apex a try, but I didn't even... There were so many cheaters, so many just auto-aim in the first season. It looks like, if you look at the game online nowadays, it seems like they've gotten a lot of that cleaned up. But it was just so much when I was playing it that I haven't been back to Apex since the first season. I guess the only real game that I'm sort of watching is Pantheon. But as I've said before, it's sort of a joke as if that's actually ever going to get completed. I guess they're doing a stream with Kill Carnage here in the near future, going over their budget and what they've done recently. But that's an MMO. That's not a first person. And it's certainly not, like, I'm certainly not the GoldenEye indoors closed action. Like, I would not be able to handle Tarkov, where you got to get angles, you got to be looking like a mile out for targets. No. I love watching Tarkov, and I wish I had the eyesight to play it, but that ain't happening. Alright, I'm turning the bacon and onions off. And that's a dirty bowl, but I'm not worried about it being clean. Because this is the clean part. I'm going to use that to pull as much oil as I can off of this bacon and onions. Yeah, that's what the family plan on Steam's for. I remember everyone joking about that with another MMO I played in recent history, where there was tons of hacking, there was tons of duping, there was ton of all that sort of stuff. I don't even want to mention the name of the game anymore. Okay, heat off on that sausage. I think that's done cooking. Worried less about the liquid here. I'm going to take some of our onions and bacon and mix them with the sausage. Rinse out my cast iron pans here real quick. Dry them out a moment. Yep. That's what they want you, those kids to do, Merlin. Oh, hush, Pan, you're not gonna flame over. You don't got any oil to flame over with. Hey, Maz, welcome in. But yeah, that seems to be a almost common occurrence with Fortnite. Almost like they plan it that way. Alright, so let's clean up these pelots. These are not the freshest pelots I've ever had. Which is sort of sad because I think we're pretty much prime time for them. But small little seed to them. I'm going to take out whatever this is going on here. Actually, we'll just do that. So I'm taking a fair amount of this pluot out, but this, like I said, it's not in the greatest condition here. They certainly grow around me, so I'm sure I could. Well, it's a cross between a plum and an apricot. It's a little bit more of a plum than it is an apricot, typically. Don't know how big I want to make these. Traditionally, these are done with small plums, and so they're on the smaller side of plums, and then they're just taking the pit out and put back together and put in there. I don't think I'm going to go that route. I think that's a bit too large. So I think I'm going to do halves here. And that's mighty soft. Certainly, why not? So now we got something that's actually, now that the flour's starting to collect on it, this is actually getting to be a bit more dough-like here. Oh, to put in the... I wouldn't do that. I'm not a big fan of putting... We're going to lose some moisture, and this is going to create somewhat of a sauce in there. But I'm not big on putting sauces inside of dumplings. I know soup dumplings are an amazing thing, but putting liquid things inside of dumplings is just asking for trouble. Especially since we're going to be boiling these. It's like asking to lose your filling into the water, which, by the way, we have the water here, so I'm going to turn the water on. And I think I want my water up to temp before I try and put these into a ball, because they're not going to hold together very well for a long time. I think I'm going to want to fold them, put them together, and then drop them in the water, pretty much dun dun dun. So we're going to give the water a moment to warm up. Realizing something I want to change with my overlays now. See if we can't fix that about our captions here. We don't want them overlapping everything on the end here. So we're going to shorten those up to about... Oh, it's going to make them smaller? No. Okay. Did that make it smaller? Can you still read the captions? That seems smaller to me. Yeah, that did make it smaller. Let's cut that down to around 800. That did it that way too. That's not what I want to do. Alright, I'll fix it off stream. Actually, should I maybe put the water over here tonight? Yeah, I think I will. The savory ones I think I can probably do up ahead of time though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I even want to risk those. Until the egg solidifies on them, they're rather soft. There's not a whole lot holding them together. 8 applications, nice! Yeah, I don't... I have memories of hundreds of applications going out after college and just no responses or... So let's hope you hear something. You're supposed to be following me, camera. Good, Bun Buns. Yeah, I don't envy you cold calling people for a job. That doesn't sound like fun. What Catalina said. Come on, at least get close to boiling water so that I can get started. Well, the few times you see me actually putting the gloves on stream. I'll save you from the snapping glove jokes. Pepper? Nope. No pepper. That's sweet potato, not pepper. Ha 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 ha. the library. There are some amazing libraries out in the world there. Like, if you go and look at it, like, there are some gorgeous libraries in this world. And it's sad that they're more and more being relegated to this service for the poor here in the US. Like, yeah. In at least 10 years, wow. How do you get your free videos? Actually, I'm shocked that you haven't been Bun Buns, because I mean, like, a fair number of libraries actually will rent out internet service pucks now at reasonable rates. Some of them are just a deposit to make sure they get it back. Actually, here in Sonoma County, in Santa Rosa, they actually have a tool library. It's not a traditional old school library, but you can, if you need gardening tools, if you need a saw for a weekend, if you need any around the house tools, like they lend them out. I actually at one point was actually thinking of that as a business concept for myself, because if you think about it, there are so many small old tools. Like if you think about it, especially just in old candies, all the different old molds and rollers and stuff that they have for making different candies. I thought it would be cool to have sort of like a culinary tool library. But the thing that sort of kills that is the idea of all the stuff you're gonna have to keep around for people and the breakages and stuff like that. But that would be. Oh, we have a mobile library in Sonoma too. It goes to the farmers markets. We also still have all those little libraries all over the place in the county here, all along the trail paths and stuff like that, where people, take a book, leave a book. I read about some other type of library recently too, but along that same line, the tool library, the toy library. I'd be shocked if there wasn't a Lego library somewhere. Please be kind, destruct your Lego construction. Seed libraries. That's a good one, Nan Reader. The Heirloom Festival that I've talked about here on stream, I put photos up in the Discord. They have a seed exchange every year there too. Flurkin's trying to get in trouble. That's what it sounds like to me. Seed libraries are actually a very crucial and important thing, and I'm sort of sad that I didn't touch on them before. I had to have NanReader remind me of them, because in an age of Monsanto Bayer, or any of these other major seed companies, Dow, the variety and availability of seeds has just plummeted. I mean, it isn't just the fact that we're only growing a couple of things because they're easy to sell at the supermarket. It's that the actual availability of all these other seeds isn't there. And the only way that we can really do that is through these seed libraries, because we have actual, like, companies, like, pushing people to close, pushing people to preserve their product. Sounds like a cat, Catalina. Wants attention when it wants it and doesn't care about anything else. Those sociopaths. If you got enough light, I'm sure you could. In fact, I know you can, because I have. My first apartment in LA, I had tomato plants in a sun-facing window, and then once they got too big for the window, I put them out on the porch. I've grown tomatoes upside down too. That's fun too. They have these sacks that you shouldn't buy, that are designed for doing it. You can just take a bucket and drill a hole in the bottom of it, fill it with pot soil, and stick a seed in the bottom. Yeah, I can sort of see where they're coming from with that, Bun. Like, I'm thinking of there's a apartment complex near me, which is it's a cute little complex. The houses are very nicely done. Well, I say houses, but I don't know if they're condos or townhouses, what they're called for sure, but very cute little neighborhood. But you can see people that are just absolutely cluttering up their porches and stuff like that, and yeah, making it much uglier than it was when they built it. But I've told everyone about my apartment that I lived in when I was in Phoenix, haven't I? Where, it was summertime and it's 90 degrees. It was in Phoenix, and winter in Phoenix, you'll have 90-degree days and then freezing at night. And so what do they do in summertime or in the winter? They turn on the heat. And so it'll be 90 degrees during the day, and I have absolutely no cooling in my house. If I turn on the air, it's heat. That was great fun. And then they would wait until way too long in order to add their coolers for the year. It was actually, you know how most of the local news channels have that, investigates, you check out things. My apartment complex was the people being investigated for not turning on their air conditioning. or it wasn't air conditioning, it was a giant swamp cooler. But I mean, it wasn't the high. I mean, I was in Phoenix for my college externship. They called it an externship in college. And so I was only there for 6 months. It wasn't a long-term lease. It wasn't. So. Merlin. Well, let's do our next battle, and then we'll get into making dumplings here finally. Let's see if we can do it this time. We got all sorts of people helping out this time. Think we're gonna win this one? I'm gonna fill them and then I'm gonna boil them, Bun Buns. Try and get as many in there. Oh, we got this time. Victory. Diago getting those kills. Tina helping out with the assists. Bun Buns with the honorable mention for killing. Bun Buns getting the gold. Something like that. Let's see if we get there. Frampton. Alright, let's see if we can do some dumpings here finally. Let's see, is this water boiling finally? I don't think it is just yet. It's close. Absolutely, Bun Buns. So why are all you watching the pot? Quit watching the pot, people. It's not gonna boil if y'all keep watching. That's awesome, Merlin. I used to work when I was in college. One of the jobs that I had there was working the counter. Not at college, but while I was at college. Was selling lotto tickets, coffee, little neighborhood corner store, and there was a dude that used to come out and hang out in the front. There was a little seating area in the front corner of the place, and the dude who lived upstairs had a pug, and he used to come down every day and hang out and chat with whoever was working and chat whoever came into the place. But he always brought his pug into work, which it was the local small little shop. Everyone knew it was going to happen. I'm debating between whether I want to do savory or sweet first here. I'm thinking actually I want to switch over and do savory first. Because by the way, I've checked both of these pans they've already been on tiles a couple of times. I've talked about this before. I don't like putting pans on my cutting board. I don't suggest you put cans on your cutting board. I typically don't, but we're breaking that today. A Richardson ground squirrel named Henry. I can't say that I've ever had a squirrel or known anyone that had a squirrel for a pet. Guinea pigs, all sorts of other things along that line. Certainly. Awesome, Catalina. Who's Ghost? Bubble water. Why you no boil? It's not a concert hall anymore, it's actually gone back to being a church, but I once went to a concert in a concert hall that used to be a church that was 3 floors and bars on each floor. We had someone in chat the other day that was going to be going to see, what is the name of that band, too? I can't remember that band. Sort of sounds like they would be buddies. Yeah, bands are buddies. That's how that works. You can't laugh at yourself. Why won't you boil? I never really got into the heavy bands. There was a lot of Slipknot playing around when I was in college, though. I appreciate that my chat appreciates Slipknot. I am definitely not a country boy. I'm not a country music guy. I am not a fan of country. You can send your song about your lost truck and girlfriend to someone else. I'm much more into rock. Merlin. I want to use the smaller than medium pan for that. Let's use the medium pan. Drop a little butter into this pan. It's already warm enough that I think it'll probably melt. There's no heat on the actual pan though. It's just sitting next to the oven exhaust or next to the boiling water. So it's got a little heat from the area. We just want a little butter in there to make sure our tater dumplings don't stick to the Who do I listen to? I probably mostly listen to Fatboy Slim. I don't listen to a whole lot of Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim, Pink Floyd, and just about anything with a guitar that's crying. I'll listen to. About the close. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. Starting to get some bubbles going there. So I think I'm gonna actually try and do one of these up here. I've seen recipes with these being a variety of sizes. However, most of the reading that I've done about this recipe is typically you only serve a couple of them per serving. So they're pretty big as far as the savory ones. The fruit sort of determines the size of the other ones. And this is being a bit more, this is certainly looking a little more potato than dough than the other ones I've seen. However, it is sealing up nicely. Make sure we still got bubbles coming up before I work on the third one there. Oopsies. Spilling meat. And I think I'm going to stop there and give that a moment to cook. We do want to make sure that these get a little cook time. I'm not going to boil them forever, but we do need to make sure that the raw egg that's in this dough does get enough heat. You've green tomatoes but no flour. How do you not have flour? How do people not have flour? I'm sorry, Bun Buns. Milk and cornmeal would be good. You can also use all sorts of starches for that. You could use cornstarch. You could use potato starch if you have it. You could use... That one just needed a little convincing. Come up to the top here. So we're gonna call that good. Well, that's working, so let's keep at it. Trying to keep the filling in the center, and I dropped in the pan. That one's a little messier. We started off a little messier with that one. As typical with dumplings and stuff like that, as I'm getting more confident, I'm putting more and more filling in them. I would say that gloves are imperative for doing this, and it probably doesn't hurt that I got butter all over them when I put the butter in that pan. So, for anyone trying something similar at home, the gloves help. I'm waiting for them to float before I take them out. I would say they're a little bit smaller than baseball size. Those are closer to oh, I don't know what I would say that those are close to. They're smaller than a base. Well, puffed up over here, they look a little larger, but I'm not making a baseball in the palm of my hand. Hey, the mind is he. Waiting on this last dumpling to come to the surface. All right. Okay, how I said before, I was gonna dress these. We now have our boiled dumplings, which are the little ones up here. They've had a little more time in the air. They're actually getting dried. They're actually a little. They're a little bit more solid than your typical potato. We're putting chicken stock over the top of those, because I just happen to have a little bit of chicken stock in the house right now. If I can open this with the gloves. So I'm going to drizzle a little homemade chicken stock over the top of each of these. Then we're going to take the rest of our caramelized onions and bacon. Go over the top of those with that. You had it, Z. The bot's just being complicated. Give it a moment, it'll catch up. Excuse me. Ah. There's something that's delaying the bot, and I haven't found what's slowing it down. What it's waiting for. Not your problem, not your bad at all. Alright, so this is going in 400 degree oven. It's not quite 400 yet, but that's what it's set to. We'll just leave that in while we do our sweet dumplings. If I stop sneezing here. Wow. Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle. I don't know what got to me there. We are at the point... I normally take my allergy pill before I go to bed. So we're at, like, we're at minimum allergy coverage right now. I don't want to touch my nose with my hands, because I got my gloves on still. So I think I'm going to try and quick do these fruit ones. And these are traditionally done with regular potato. Sweet potato is entirely my modification here. And I'm sorry, you're not seeing that. Oh, you can see it, sort of. We got one of those in the stove now. Okay. I have to wipe my nose. Ah. Okay. Let's try that again. If you're in a commercial kitchen, you always wash your hands before you put new gloves on. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay. Let's look what we got back here on the water. We got this floating yet? Nope. Okay. Close, though. You can see by how much is sticking to my gloves how much that butter did help. So I guess we're putting some more butter on for this one, next one. Well, since it doesn't have to be butter, we'll use some oil. Get some olive oil going there. Oh. Let's give this a shot here. I think I'm gonna do a killing field this time, and hope that not everyone goes after that guy behind us. Way to go, archers! Range just destroying that heavy big dude. Heavy 20. Getting them kills. Mike helping out with the assist. Eternal and Suki getting those scrolls and gold. Congrats to you. Let's do one more tonight. Let's do one more. We surfacing yet? There, not quite. I'm going towards the top here. We'll go top down. Let's see what we get here shortly. How this one is not done yet, I don't know. It's solid enough that it's done. This is our messy second one. Fruit's pooping through a little bit. Getting a little messy here with the sweet potato. Regular potato was a bit thicker of a dough. And if you're following around from earlier in the stream, I put more flour in this than I thought it would need. It's still a little loose. Just the difference between sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Fresh olive oil. There we go. That one might be okay. Last one. Going in the water here. You're actually floating, so we'll take you. Get rid of the gloves. I'll snack on these later. Poulots. Poulots. I ate one of those before. There was originally 4 of those. I ate one of those for lunch. Just because I had poulots, and it's been so long since I had poulots. Appreciate your confidence, Merlin. Uh-oh. Someone mess up. How can someone mess up chili? I know. There's ways you can do it. What'd they do? Add a bunch of cinnamon? Oh, I see we have a fan, or a non-fan of beans. Welcome back, Bun Buns. I'm boiling dumplings. Gaia, welcome in. What, no pie? That would be honey. I'm not making a pie. I'm not making a meal with sweet potato. I'm making a dessert. How come you no float? You're supposed to float. Why you no float? That was a good crack in the back. Oof. You're trying to boil. You're trying to surface. I'm taking that as surfacing. So that does our water in for the evening. Nice! Did you use the tagine to do it? Welcome back, Ozzy. I thought you said they were green bonbons. So we have our fruit dumplings. that we're going to give a moment to cool and dry a little bit, absorb a little bit of liquid that's on the outside of them. Let's take a look at our savory dumplings tonight. Just been hanging out here in the oven. I turned the heat off of the oven a while ago. Oh! I didn't catch that you were doing that, Bun Buns. So let's get a photo of that deliciousness. Sorry to hear about your job, Bun Buns. I just got your message. Catalina. It is mostly to show that they are dumplings that are separate from each other and somewhat. Hey, Stu, who took my dumpling? Give me that back. Yummy, 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 yummy. Welcome, Raiders! Thank you for that raid, Andrew Cooks. How we been doing? What's the beer du jour? What we been cooking? Welcome in, everyone. We're actually getting down to the nitty-gritty here tonight. Myself. I'm doing dumplings tonight. All sorts of dumplings tonight. We've got our first batch of savory dumplings here, which are a potato dumpling with sausage, onion, and bacon stuffed on the inside of them. And then the outside we have some caramelized onions and bacon on the top as well. This is our savory dumpling for tonight. Bun Buns has graciously themed this week of food for us. So I'm doing Polish and Hungarian food all this week. And then we have our dessert tonight, which are, if you're familiar with pluots, lovely fruit, lovely tree fruit. Cross between a plum and an apricot. I've taken those and turned those into a sweet dumpling with a sweet potato base for our dumpling. And then this is some sour cream sweetened with a little bit of powdered sugar, mostly with honey. We're gonna drizzle that over the top of these. Let's give one of these a slice open to see if it... I'm gonna take a photo first, but after I take a quick photo here, let's see if this looks half decent when I slice into it here. And so these are boiled dumplings. I started by cooking the sweet potato. You can. Nice, Catalina. Thank you, Zombie Corn. Do I have verification on for my... I shouldn't. But appreciate it if you did. Greatly enjoy you joining us. Alright, so let's cut one of our pluot dumplings in half here to show you what we got here. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna need that dumpling, that sour cream honey sauce for this. I wish I had gone a little bit more practice. First time trying these. I think I was right in wanting to use less flour with these. I don't know if I want to do, if I were to retry this again, I think I might actually mix some regular potato flakes in here. Or something to add some more starch along with the sweet potato. But the flavor is great. I just think maybe dumpling to fruit, maybe a bit too thick. And it needs the sauce because the dumpling is not sweet enough. That is mighty yummy though. Just needs that sour cream sauce. Yum, yum, yum. So we broke into the fruit. I didn't break into the savory. These are acting much more like mashed potatoes, although at the same time, the outside they're much more. They're like a dumpling. There's almost like a skin to it, all that sort of stuff. And that's just delicious. I mean, how can you go wrong with caramelized onions, home-cured bacon, and sausage, and potatoes? That is gorgeous. It may not be the most beautiful dish. That is damn tasty. I'm gonna enjoy that. So what's new and happening, everyone? How is everyone's Tuesday going? Andrew, I didn't quite catch what or if someone that came in with Andrew, if you're breaking down the kitchen, all that good jazz. Where are we all coming from? What was Andrew cooking tonight? Another great cooking stream you guys should all check out. I think there was a shout out there a little bit. Let's give him another shout out. But he's been doing daily meals, he's been doing package deals, he's regularly got a featured beer. They're always drinking something interesting in the beer world. Fried paneer with veggies. See, he's cooking some cool and interesting stuff. So I think we're just wrapping things up here ourselves. I apologize to receive, raid, and run. We got our battle still here in 4 minutes. There's often there's a cheese that the Polish are known for. It's very similar to cottage cheese for most people. It's a farmer's cheese. It's very based. Well, I don't want to call it simple, because no cheese is really simple, but it's not dried for years, or it's it's on the less complicated when it comes to cheese cycle window. That is often put in these dumplings too. It'll be a combination of beef or some sort of meat along with their meat or mushrooms or yeah, but then you look at all the specialized equipment that they have to do it and you realize how much money they wasted. And I've made cheeses before here at home, too. Well, my mom's home. I don't know if I've made them in this home. I made ricotta in this house. I did that on stream. But I've made lemon cheese before in my mom's house, which is a very simple, just farmer-style cheese where you use lemon and heat to curdle the dairy. You strain it, and you mix it with dried fruits. Yeah, actually it did. You had a pretty decent lemon flavor, or at least that like fresh, bright lemon type flavor. It didn't taste like you were eating, Anyone's got a suggestion to guide the raid this evening? Hmm. You don't have anyone. I've actually got a couple of people that we could send off to tonight. Which is not... It's been a while since we've had a selection of people to hang out with. No, Merlin. You're going to have to go and watch her on yourself. Although I'm sure she suggested to everyone. I'm sure she's like suggested to like everyone on the left-hand bar. Or does that increase your odds, Merlin? I don't know, women like that just don't attract me whatsoever. Like, I might find them attractive, but to the person, they're typically hooked on the actual act of getting everyone looking at them. I don't think many of them are actually capable of proper relationships. Of course, that your definition of a relationship matters greatly in that. But we got chickens with frying pans again. Victory. Head Mama Bear. Welcome in, getting them kills tonight. Gaia. Shield getting them assists. Honorable mentions to Gaia and Suki for killing. Catalina and Gaia getting those goodies. And we'll start tomorrow with the ingredient challenge with a boss level. Alright folks, I'm going to send you off to go see someone who's normally a food and drink streamer, normally doing some food and drink stuff, but she's playing Stray tonight. And that was in chat tonight. I think we have some fans of Stray in chat tonight. So I'm going to send you off to go hang out with the lovely Two Girls One Game. She does retro streams, she does goth streams, she does food drinking streams, occasionally does makeup streams. I share quite a few. If you look in the stats, we share a few viewers. So I hope you all enjoy hanging out with her. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of these dumplings. Those... Thank you for joining me. Gonna be back here tomorrow night. Gonna be working with zucchini. It's our ingredient challenge. We'll be starting a new ingredient challenge tomorrow. Getting a new vote going. Got more Polish and Hungarian food coming up on Friday. So I hope you come back to join me for all that. I hope you all have a lovely evening. And good night.